Yatra narisyu pujante ramante tatra devata. Yatra tastu na pujante sarvastra falakriya. This shloka of Manusmriti says that where women is respected, where women is honored, divinity blossoms there. And whenever and wherever women is disrespected, no doubt all the noble acts you do will go fruitless, will go in vain. On this note, I, Assistant Professor Krishna Kamath Keskar, would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you present here. On behalf of DM Harish School of Law, I would also like to wish each one of you a very happy International Women's Day. Today, we all are here in this program where we are going to discuss and understand how awareness leads to awakening. Why give so much importance to awakening? Because if you have read, it is said that awakening, if you awaken every day, you never grow older. In fact, you only keep on growing. So today, let's all of us grow together because we are extremely blessed and fortunate to have such an eminent guest speaker between us. Honorable Justice Dr. Sunanda D. Joshi, who is our guest speaker, who has also been a former principal judge of Family Court, Mumbai. Before I formally begin with today's session, I would like to request the dignitaries, Dr. Nilima Chandiramani Madam and Dr. Sunanda Joshi Madam, to please proceed for lighting of the lamp.
Swasti Shri Gananaya Gajamukho Mureshwara Siddhidaham Ballalastu Vinayakastakhamadhe Chintamani Sthevare Lenadrau Girijatmajau Suvarado Vigneshwara.
Thank you, all the dignitaries. Now I request our Honorable Director, Dr. Nilima Chandiramani Madam, to please introduce and please welcome our guest today.
Thank you, Krishna. Honorable Justice Dr. Sunanda Joshi, my colleagues and students at DM Harish School of Law, as well as at Nari Gursani Law College. A very good morning and a warm welcome to all of you. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher and polymath, whose knowledge spanned substantial subjects, and who was influenced by Plato, Socrates, and Pythagoras. He has said, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. But we at HSNC board endeavor to make these roots sweet, because for us, education is not filling a pail or bucket of water, but it is the lighting of the lamp, the lighting of the fire. It is igniting the mind. It is kindling learning. And learning is never a product of teaching. Learning is a product of the activity of the student. The teacher can open the door for you, but to learn, you yourself have to get it. Now, since the day of our induction program, we have been providing you with meaningful, rich, and varied learning situations and opportunities in the form of educational visits and interactions. Last Saturday, you interacted with a member of the bar, Dr. Milind Sathe. Today, on this International Women's Day, we are indeed fortunate, privileged and honored to have none other than our distinguished Dr. Honorable Justice Dr. Sunanda Joshi, a former member of the bench, Principal Judge of the Family Court. Ma'am, we couldn't have got a person better than you to address us today on this International Women's Day. On behalf of the HSNC board and the students present here, as well as my students of Nari Gursani Law College, who are attending this program online, I extend a very, very warm welcome to you. And I place on record my gratitude to you for being with us on this wonderful day. Thank you.
Also request Director Madam to please felicitate our guests. Now, please let me call upon Assistant Professor Ridhima Singh to kindly introduce our guest of honor.
Thank you, Krishna ma'am. Today on International Women's Day, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Honorable Justice Dr. Sunanda Joshi, madam. Madam has done a doctorate in law from Bombay University in 1986. Madam has been a part of the judiciary as a family court judge for more than 23 years, where she served as a principal judge of family court for the last 15 years across Mumbai, Pune, and Thane, and retired from the service in December 2014. Madam has been an advocate of the City Civil Court and Bombay High Court from 1976 to 1992. She has also played a major part in the legal education system by being a part-time lecturer at New Law College in Matunga, a full-time lecturer in the postgraduate department of law in Bombay University, where she was also a paper setter and examiner for graduation and post-graduation law examinations. Madam has been honored with the Outstanding Woman of the City Award by Marine Lines Junior Chamber in 1998. She has also received the Vocational Award for Excellency from Road Track Club of South Bombay in 1999. Madam has participated and delivered a speech in the workshop of Working of Family Courts in India, organized by National Commission for Women in 2002. She was also nominated as a member of the expert committee to constitute and draft the family court rules by the National Commission for Women. Madam has participated in various discussions in law across seminars, conferences, and even on platforms like TV and radio. Post-retirement, Madam has started giving free legal advice and counseling at small social gatherings, and is also a mediator in family courts and high court in matrimonial matters. Madam, I request you to please address the gathering.
Good morning and happy International Women's Day for all the lovely ladies present in this gathering today. International Women's Day was first celebrated in 1911 in Austria, Denmark, and Switzerland. United Nations for the first time celebrated International Women's Day in 1975 and made it official. International Women's Day is, I'm giving a little introduction. International Women's Day is celebrated to commemorate the achievements of women and to just raise awareness to giving equal status, political, economical, social, to women. Even in India, this women empowerment movement started in 1975 by Stri Mukti Sangatana for the first time. So we also started the same in the year 1975 only. The topic for today is awakening through awareness. I'm restricting myself only to women and not in general. In Marathi, we have a very befitting word for these two. Those of you who know Marathi, awareness is janiv and awakening is jagruti. So these are two different things. Now we start from the first step is knowledge, according to me. Second is awareness, and third is awakening. What is knowledge? Knowledge is a fact or an information acquired through experience or education. Awareness is a state of being conscious of a fact or a situation. Awakening is the third step. Awakening is a formal meaning is waking up from sleep. But the broader meaning of it would be grounding activity or recognizing your inner strength to do something for changing a particular situation. Now, awareness only about the words is not enough, is not sufficient. You must know the intent and the social realities causing the intent behind a particular legislation or a particular enactment. All the social reforms, you see, they result in benefit of the general society, and they are much beyond the realms of law, I would say. They result in benefit to the society in general, and we will be talking about women in particular. Now, law helps them themselves. Law helps them who help themselves. That is my say. Now, I have experience as a judge of the family court for more than 2 decades. That when you see a lady suffers, most of the times from the lower strata of the society, they don't know after separation the whereabouts of their husband, what he is doing, what is his income. I'm sorry to say that even from a middle class, for a middle class lady also, they don't know the investments of their husbands. What is his financial status? So when a lady comes to a family court and files a petition for maintenance, for example, the first hurdle is to serve the husband with a notice or with a summons. Unless you serve the other side, we cannot proceed. Give him notice and bring him before the court. So now the lady after separation has not made herself aware about his whereabouts. So she doesn't know where the husband is residing. So what we do, you are the students now, you must know. What we do, we have to go in for substituted service of summons. So what does that mean? We paste the summons on the door of his last known residence, or we may publish it in the newspaper. That is sometimes very difficult because it costs a lot to publish in the newspaper. So by substituted service, we complete our formality as a court. We go ex parte because husband is not expected to come. He doesn't know that he is served with the summons. The order is passed in her favor of maintenance, maybe very lesser amount, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees. Now the problem is how to execute that order. It only becomes a paper decree. We are helpless. As a judge, I am telling you, what can we do? We are not able to find the husband. So this awareness is important. The lady should be aware and she should always be alert as to what her husband is doing. What is his income? Where can I find him if he's harassing you? Even when staying together, you should be aware of all these things. So law helps them who help themselves. That is the one thing. Now, Family Court Act was passed in 1984. It was also due to the efforts of or the demand of female or women organizations to have this law. Now, I'm referring to only one provision that in the Family Court Act, it is stated for the appointment of judges, preference should be given to lady judges. It is very beneficial for a lady on the matrimonial matters. Family Court deals with the matrimonial matters. Okay, so marital discord matters only come before us. The problems are very delicate, very sensitive. So naturally, a woman feels free and comfortable to talk to a lady judge. There is a provision of in-camera proceedings also. So even in camera, intricate issues like sexual harassment, sexual perversity, all these delicate issues, woman feels free to depose or give evidence before a lady judge than a male judge. this is one thing which is beneficial regarding one provision which I'm talking about. Now we go to the second issue. With great power, according to me, comes great responsibilities. That is the saying. So the responsible use of a right given to a lady is beneficial to her and to the society, while irresponsible use may lead to the pendulum swinging to the other side, which will endanger the future of female-friendly laws. So one should make a very wise use of the rights given to you. I'm very sorry to say that what is happening, though we are celebrating International Women's Day, I will touch few realities about the present situation. Now, husband files a petition for divorce. As a counterblast, the lady files proceedings for Domestic Violence Act for 498A. Now, in Domestic Violence Act, maybe by the advice of an advocate, I don't know, the married sister of a husband who is married for a long time and not staying with that family is also implicated as a party. The in-laws who are old, who may not also be staying with them permanently, are implicated. So this is not the wise or the responsible use of law. So what it results in, I'm sorry to say that in 90% of the cases of 498A, there is an acquittal, madam. Yes. This one should keep in mind, even ladies. Now, another issue which I'm going to touch, which is a very sensitive issue and which pained me a lot while sitting as a judge in the family court. In the divorce proceedings, children are the worst sufferers, let me tell you. They are torn between the two parents actually. For overall development of the child, moral, intellectual, psychological, physical, health-wise, child needs both the parents. So ideal situation would be that both the parents should stay together. Unfortunately, if they are separated, and most of the times the custody of the child is with the mother, the mind of the child is poisoned to a great extent. The relatives of the woman who is having the custody, and in addition to that, the advocates also. You see, she is saying that I will not even show the glimpse of the child to my husband. That is wrong. It is not for the benefit of the child. See, frequent access of the child should be given to the father if he is not having custody. Vice versa, if the custody is with the father, which is very rarely a case, the sufficient access should be given to the mother. See, child should get the company and companionship of both the parents and grandparents of both the sides, other relatives, get-togethers, gatherings. That is really necessary, madam, but which is not understood. And in 90 to 95% of the cases, the child is not shown. The child is poisoned to such an extent. I have myself experienced all that. For example, the child is 1 year old when the parents are separated. You see, they come to the court after a long time. First, family meetings are there, then counselors helps to bring them together, social organizations come forward, and when all the efforts fail, they come to the court. So they come to the court as a last resort when they come before the court. It is a gap of 3-4 years in between. But when the child is interviewed by us, judges, or by the counselor, the child was 1 year old when the parents are separated. But when he comes before the court, he says, my father was beating my mother. He was abusing her. He was behaving very improperly with her, harassing her. What is this? This is what he is taught to say in the court. He cries a lot. I am shocked most of the times, refuses to see the face of the father. We give access. I am very particular about giving access. I will always give access to a non-custodial parent because it is not in the interest of the child to keep him away from one of the parents. You see, parents don't realize and they forget that after divorce, you don't remain the husband and wife, but you are going to remain their biological parents throughout. Yeah. So you have to keep that fact in mind in divorce proceedings and make a wise and a responsible use of the rights given to you by law. This is one, just few examples I'm telling. Now we proceed further. You see, it took centuries for women to come to the present status as we are working. It was an unending fight, unending and a long fight. The woman has to fight even to come to existence in this world, to take birth. It is very unfortunate that a law was required to be passed to prevent sex determination in the fetus. Very sad and a pathetic situation. But even today, you see, female fetus is destroyed. The birth of a girl is not welcome everywhere. Even today, that is the position. Female boss is very unwillingly and reluctantly tolerated by men. I have myself experienced it. I was a boss for many years. So this is what is the positioning. I'll tell you one example. Indra Nui, if you know, she was the CEO of a multinational company like PepsiCo. She has written in her book that for 1 year after she became CEO, she was not aware that she was not being given the same salary as the previous CEO. The previous CEO was using private aircrafts of the company for traveling and attending conferences. She was not aware. She was using the public transport. So if this is the position of a lady like Indira Nuri, CEO, think about what would be the fate of the normal ladies. Sexual harassment at the working place is still there for the ladies. They are not aware that there is a judgment, a Vishaka judgment in that issue. And a committee is formed. You can get a redressal over there. They are not aware. In rural area, you see, according to me, all these enactments which are benefiting women, see, only urban women are getting benefit of that because rural woman is not aware of whatever rights she has got. They are ill-treated. The lady works and toils for the whole day, works in the field or whatever, feeds the family and the children. The husbands are drunkards. They come in the evening and beat the wife. But the poor lady doesn't know what to do. She's not aware of her rights. So she sits quietly and endures everything. In rural areas, again, the girl child is not given, her education is stopped after 8th standard. And her younger brother, who is younger to her, is given preference and he is allowed to take education and study further. So still there is no equality in rural areas also regarding giving education. Various enactments. Now again one more thing. We have got that practice of sati, all evil practices. Everything was for operation of a lady, all these things were there, all these evil practices were there. Widow Remarriage Act was required to be passed. The male can remarry even during the lifetime of his wife, but a woman is not allowed to marry even when she becomes a widow. She cannot remarry. This is the point. Child marriages, for example, are still taking place in some of the parts of our country still. So if at the age of 9 or 10, a girl gets married, it is, you see, hazardous to her health, but that is not taken care of. Now, Dowry Prohibition Act is passed long back in 1961. Whether it is followed everywhere, it's not so. I have myself known and experienced during my career that even today in some of the communities, all household articles, right from bed, cupboard, AC, even four-wheelers, all utensils are given in marriage to a girl. So where are we heading even today? Whether these laws are used in a proper way by the normal community. So what is required for this? All these laws are passed because of the awakening, I would say, by social reformers, by NGOs. Due to their relentless efforts, all these acts came into being. Rape law, so many amendments are there, custodial rape, this, that, but even today, all these things are taking place. So passing of these laws or enactments is not enough. We have to change the mindset of the people, which is not being done. And you students of today are lawmakers of tomorrow. So I'm appealing to you that it is your duty to create this awareness in the society about all these things, awareness regarding through your groups or through forums in the general public regarding all these enactments, so that the acts which are for the benefit of the women, really that goal would be achieved if you bring about awareness in the society. All of us owe something to the society, isn't it so? So this is one way of paying our debt to the society, and you young generation can do that. I'm extremely happy today because I'm present here. We had a gap of 2 years when the life had stopped completely. Now we are bouncing back to normalcy by God's grace. And so that I can meet all of you today and have interaction with all of you today. I hope that that this situation will continue even in future, and there are many more opportunities for all of us to mingle with each other, have exchange of thoughts and everything. Hope to see you again. I thank the organizers, especially my dear friend Dr. Nilima, for giving me an opportunity to be here with you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an enlightening talk. As very well said by madam, that law will help only those who will help themselves. On behalf of all of us sitting here and on behalf of all the ones who are attending the session online, I will assure madam that we will definitely use our rights, our laws in a better way and a responsible way. Yes, can I assure from all of us?
Yes.
Yes, we assure you the same, madam. Now I open the program for question answers. We are going to take only 2 questions from here. I've already made the announcement, precise, concise question and questions pertaining only to the working of the family court. And we will take 2 questions from online Nari Gursahani College. Yes, anybody with any questions?
Only relating to family court, no personal things, okay? So can we begin otherwise with Nari Gursani meanwhile?
Yes. Any questions from Nari Gursahani College? Yes, we have a question coming here from Sri Vaishnavi. Yes.
So I had a question regarding, so which is that one law that is being repeatedly challenged in the family courts?
No law is being challenged in the family court. We deal with all the marriage laws, that is Hindu Marriage Act, Christian Marriage Act, all the matrimonial laws are there. Nothing is challenged. Mainly we deal with divorce proceedings regarding custody, maintenance of the child, maintenance of the age-old parents, maintenance of widowed daughter-in-law. Many enactments come under Family Court Act's jurisdiction, all pertaining to family matters. Property of the husband and wife, any dispute regarding the property between them, that is all covered under the Family Courts Act. It is a Family Courts Act is more basically a procedural thing, that what matters are referred in the family court, what is the jurisdiction regarding various enactments which come under the family court.
Yes, any more question? Yes, Krisha.
Ma'am, I have a question. As you said that child is either with either parents, so is the child given opportunity to choose a parent, or the law says that you have to go with mother or father?
Now you see, basically what is generally in Hindu law at least, the custody of the child is generally with the mother till the child completes 5 years of age. The word is also very wisely used by law, generally. So it is not a fixed rule. What is for the benefit of the child is considered. Now, one more thing I forgot to tell you, access is the right of a child and not the right of a parent. Many times they argue, it is my right, I want to meet my child. That is not so. It is the right of a child. So we take into consideration the benefit and welfare of the child while deciding custody. That is the most important point. Wishes of the child are taken into consideration sometimes if the child is old enough to make preferences. But if that is again a lurking danger that he may be influenced by the custodial parent, and he may say that I want to stay with mother or I want to stay with the father. So only his wishes we cannot depend upon. overall benefit and welfare of the child is taken into consideration. And if it is a female child normally, or a child below 5 years of age, the custody should generally be with the mother unless there is some serious drawback, in which case we cannot give the custody to the mother.
Thank you.
And that is a fiercely fought area, custody of the child.
Yes, now we are proceeding towards question from Nari Gursahani
No,
College.
anyone, someone was raising the hand
Yeah,
there.
Okay.
Ma'am, if a woman is manipulating her child to by saying that your father is not good or anything, so can a father file case against his ex-wife that she's doing like this and
Oh, there is no provision in law for such a thing. But you see, judges are experts.
Yes.
They take into consideration. In one of my cases, you see, the child was the access most of the times when there is a dispute, fierce fighting between husband and wife, the access cannot be given outside the court. So in almost all the family courts in Maharashtra, we have a children complex where the access is given to a non-custodial parent. The mother comes with the child. She takes the child in the access room. It is called a children complex where books, toys and everything is kept. She sits outside the room in a corridor and the father gets the access, meets the child for 2-3 hours, plays with him and everything, whatever he does. That is what the provision is. So what was your question?
can a father file case against his ex-wife?
He cannot file a case, but in one of my matters, as I was telling you, that when such an access is given, the child was old enough and he used to keep a book like this. For 2 hours, he was not even seeing the face of his father. But still father said, I am at least in a position to see him every 15 days, madam. You continue with the access. Let him not talk to me, but I want the access even if he is not talking to me. And we are, you see, we are experts in this field. So we know even if the child cries profusely, I give the access because I know it is natak what he is doing, drama. So once they go out and the non-custodial parent goes away with the child is happy. Yeah. And one more important thing for this teaching and poisoning the mind, there is a reason. In the mind of the custodial parent, there is an insecurity, feeling of insecurity, that in case I give frequent access of the child to the other spouse, one day the child may go to that spouse and I will, you see, lose one strong weapon to fight against my husband or against my wife. That is, he is used as a pawn in the battle of divorce. The child is most of the times used as a pawn. So there is no law, you see, taking an action against such a wife.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, from Nari Gursahani College, we have Veena Banerjee who wants to raise a query. Yes, Veena? Veena, can you please unmute yourself?
Good morning, ma'am. I have a question. Whether there is a difference in the legal process when the couples are legally separated and not divorced, or when they are divorced, what is the difference between them, ma'am?
Only separation is a different thing. Divorce is a different thing. We want the court's decree for everything, for visa, for whatever your status is. If you are separated, just separated for 10-15 years, that is not enough. There is a legal binding, there is a legal bond. You still remain husband and wife. Everyone has got a right in others' property. All legal complications are there. So it is always better to have legal divorce, a decree of divorce by going to the court, which is always required even for visa thing and everything. That is not sufficient, staying separately.
Yes, Veena? Yeah. Any more questions from Nari Gursahani College? Anybody raising any query? Yes, Harsh. We have Harsh Mulchandani who wants to ask something.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible now?
Yes, Harsh, you are audible. Please go on.
Hello, ma'am. This is Harsh Mulchandani. Ma'am, my doubt is that what are your views on this thing that the law, the family law that was made to protect the women. Nowadays, there are a few cases where women are using it against the men.
I've already touched.
Harsh, that point is
Against the
already-
husbands, I would say.
I have already touched the topic and I have already told that it is the fear that the pendulum may swing on the other side, which should be avoided by ladies by making wise use of the rights which is given to them, responsible use of the rights given to them. And that is why there are 90% acquittals, as I told you, in most of the cases.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry. I guess I had internet issues. So
It's okay, Harsh.
thank you so much.
Now we close the question answer session. And now please allow me to call upon Assistant Professor Mrs. Reshmi Nair to give away the vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful day to our honorable guest speaker, Justice Dr. Sunanda Joshi, Director Dr. Nilima Chandiramani Madam, my dear friends, students, and everyone gathered here. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contributions of those who worked really hard to make this event possible. I, Reshmi Nair, on behalf of PM Hari School of Law and the entire fraternity of the institution, extend a hearty vote of thanks to our guest speaker, Honorable Justice Dr. Sunanda Joshi, who spared time from her busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today, on this International Women's Day, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely encourage us in all our future endeavors. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. You gave deep insight into the topics and revealed some interesting facts. Thank you, madam. An event like this cannot happen overnight. It requires planning and a bird's eye view for details. We have been fortunate enough to have our respected director, Dr. Nilima Chandiramani Madam, for being with us as the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best. Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Our sincere gratitude goes to our management, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Hemlata Bagla Madam, Registrar Dr. Thagavan Pelani Sir, Assistant Registrar Manish Karale Sir, for their constant support and encouragement. With a deep sense of appreciation, I thank my team, Assistant Professor Krishna Ahmad Keska, Assistant Professor Ritima Singh, Assistant Professor Panu Advani, Assistant Professor Sachin Pimple Sir, for their untiring effort. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated technical and management staff. Ajit Surve Sir, Ram Verma Sir, thank you. Finally, I would like to thank our dear students who made this event a huge success with their active participation in the discussion. A big thank you for each one of you who made this event memorable. Now I request you all to rise for national anthem.
All.
Before we all leave this premises, there's a small notice for all the students. Your lectures are going to continue, so please assemble in your respective classrooms. I'll be here and see you there in the class. Ma'am, could you please have a group picture?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, please.